I heard you like power builds. How's it going, gamers? My name is Offbeat Outlaw. Welcome back to Power Build Fan Submission. And ooh boy, I'm behind. Oh my god, you guys have submitted so many power builds. For the record, it is currently, at the time of filming this, October. Most recent, this build I'm currently looking at is from May. There were a lot of builds. There's no way I'm gonna read each and every one. That's insane. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna read the ones that I have the best reaction to only. I'm gonna be skipping a lot more than I would usually even do, because I want to start getting caught up. So like if I skip your build, no hard feelings. You can always submit next time. May. I've already done that. Blah 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 blah. Surge Master Wizard, Artemis Shine. Okay, level 2 fighter, 18 Chronergy Wizard. That is pretty good, honestly. Like, just 2 levels of fighter on a wizard is a really good build. It's not interesting, but it's good. Let's see what else this thing's got. Wizard a whole new way, subtle spell, meta magic, and action surge occurring 5. Full walkthrough below. A few spark notes include. I hope if I click on this link, I'm not gonna see an item. Oh my god, it has the Mizium apparatus. No shit, Mizium apparatus is a fucking broken item. Get the hell out of here. No, this is from May, so I realized that I didn't make as much of a stink as I should have back in May. But now, hopefully, all my fans know no items. By the way. I'm not gonna know for sure, so I'm just gonna read the rules, okay? Just the spark notes of the rules. Power Build Fan Submission. There's a specific format you gotta do. Only use point buys. You can use feats if you'd like. Give a relevant description of the build so I can actually give a good, like, analysis of if the build's actually successful or not. You're allowed to use all officially published 5e sources. No UA or homebrew. No magic items either. Those are the rules. So now that we know that, hopefully that we don't get as many rule breakers anymore. Sorcerer Specialties, long charge blast for massive damage. Strategy, cast delayed blast fireball, extend to the maximum 24 hours. You can't do that. You can only use one casting of extended spell per cast of a spell. So if you're casting extended spell, you can only use it once on that spell. You can't use it multiple times like this. This build is surprise, fucking surprise, illegal! I'm having a lot of fun with that. Get the bill out of here. Have fun with that in post, future outlaw. All right, Ballad Boy, resident mod. Basically, this man is very angry, and he channels his fiery rage into his attacks. He hits hard with each fire attack he lands. Benefits, funny angry man. Crossbow expert, you can punch people with your spells with no disadvantage because you're angry. You're not just gonna let them take a beating from a distance. Elemental Adept means I get to re-roll those pesky ones, and resistance means nothing to me. Immunity does, though. Oh, true. AC starts at 15, but with Blade Song, Defense Flourish, and Shield, and get up to 29 for roll high enough. 50 movement speed, Blade Song, and Blade Flourish, so you schmoovin', you are schmoovin'. Fun fact, you only need about 60 feet of movement to make a good build, to make your build effective. You don't really need more than that. 21 passive perception, 19 investigation, 15 insight means he can see what's going on, put the pieces together. Good, but he's too angry to see the subtleties of the human experience. Combination of elemental weapon, green flame blade that add charisma modifier twice to the total damage. Since raw, the modifier bonus gets added to each spell individually. This is neat. If you're running low on spell slots, cool. Hexblade Scars, green flame blade, elemental weapon, cast 7th level for max damage, and scorching ray cast at 8th level. You can do 55d8, 64 plus 36. Plus 18d6 plus 59 damage if all attacks hit. Then you can action surge, do a normal attack and green flame, but again for blah blah blah. If all those attacks hit, you can add a blade flourish and legendary attack for an extra 2d6. The result is a total of, drum roll please, 10d8 plus 12d4 plus 20d6 plus 126 when using action surge. 10d8 times 4.5 plus 10 plus 4.5 is 45 plus 12 times 2.5 plus 20 times 3.5 plus 126. That's about 271 damage. Good job. Good job. For a single elemental type build, that's like really solid. The thing with single elemental type builds is oftentimes it's pretty hard to just continuously keep going, and focusing on fire is an odd choice. Obviously, this was a thematic choice. They wanted to make a fire build. That was really good. Their highest spells known is a 3rd level, so we can use high level slots without feeling guilty. There's a few really good things about this build. Number one, very angry man is funny. I can agree. Funny angry man is pretty funny. The fire is focusing on fire damage is going to be super interesting. You're going to get super hard checked by immunity. Now, good news. Immunity, resistance doesn't matter to you, which is good. Immunity does matter, like you said. Immunity, though, is kind of uncommon overall. This doesn't mean you're not going to encounter immunity, but it does mean that immunity is not as much of a problem as, say, not figuring out how to counter resistance would be, because resistance is common. You have pretty high AC, meaning that the DM is not going to want to target you. This is why you should have a high armor class. You don't have a high armor class on a tank, because then as a DM, I'm not incentivized to attempt to hit you. That's why barbarians have reckless attack. It's so that it encourages the DM to try and attack you because they're rolling at advantage. The point of a tank is to draw fire. Having a high armor class means that you're not drawing fire. And this is why you have a high armor class if you're a very squishy wizard. Crits are gonna fuck you though. Getting critical hit is gonna absolutely fuck this build. I can see from here you only have 120 hit points. You're gonna get fucked there. However, you're very successful at your build. You do a decent amount of damage. 271 damage is nothing to sneeze at. That can very easily down high level bosses, high level boss monsters, or like at least very deep, grievously wound them. I'm not gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because there is that immunity thing which you just can't avoid. So the build itself has just like what you're building for has a flaw. But other than that, super solid build, 8 out of 10. Good job. Jack Skellington's no such thing as too much expertise. This is an interesting take on a skill monkey. You're not just trying to get all the skills, you're trying to get all the expertise, it looks like. That's funny. Character level 20, classes level 6 rogue, level 10 lore bard, cleric level 2, knowledge domain, and ranger level 1. Background, any, makes 0 difference in the long term. That's fair. So your stats are kind of mediocre across the board, with your highest at a 16. So that's already a pretty big weakness in this build, but like, I don't know, you got expertise, so let's see. All 18 skill proficiencies, easy part. So you have proficiency in every build. That's already almost as good as every other skill monkey. But those guys don't even focus on getting expertise, so this is already better. Good job. 15 out of 18 expertises. Didn't get medicine, history, or animal handling. 15 out of 18 expertises. That's fucking hilarious. You're actually the expert in everything. That's great. That's pretty funny. So there's a few things with this build that's going to be a bit of a struggle, obviously. Like outside of the RP moments where you're just going to be absolutely killing it, star of the show. In combat, you're going to be struggling to hit. You're going to have to focus on your bard stuff, and you're going to have to really think about the abilities that you have and that you have available. So as a combat class, it's not good. However, as a roleplay class, double expertise from everything. You don't have a single negative stat. So I think your current minimum bonus to something is 12, and your highest bonus is 15, and the only things you don't have expertise in, you still have proficiency in. So this build is actually, as like an RP face build, like this guy can do everything. This guy can do it all, and better than most people for sure. I personally have a likeness for the history skill, because history is just funny to whip it out and be like, ah, yes, I remember this great war. No, you don't. This is a really solid expertise build. Good job. I give this one a solid 8 out of 10. You accomplished your goal. You said you wanted every expertise. You wanted every expertise. You made me go, wow, you got almost all of them. Good job. If you got the last 3 expertise, I would have given it a 10 out of 10. Oh, cool, another power build. Hey, this is a lifting build that I think is actually going to be legal. Path of the Totem Warrior Barbarian 6, Oath of Glory Paladin 11, Rune Knight Fighter 3. That's actually a solid combat build too, because you got Action Surge, decent spell slots, and decent tanking. Erase, Luxodon, Background Simic Guild, Strength 20, obvious. Relevant features for your build: Glory Paladin, Channel Divinity, Peerless Athlete, Rune Knight's Giant's Might, Totem Barbarian, Totemic Attunement Bear, Luxodon, Powerful Build, and Simic Guild, and Large Reduce. This is the highest carrying capacity made with single PC within your restrictions. Passive is 1200. 1200 pounds. I could just passively carry 1200 pounds. That's fucking awesome. With resources, 9,600, and with max is 19,200 pounds. That is awesome. Wait, how much is 19,200 pounds? Like, this guy can carry more than a fucking car. Holy shit. I'm struggling to find something that like weighs an equivalent amount. This guy can carry 9 walruses, 9 Chevys, can push a 6-wheeler truck on brakes lengthwise, or you can lift 2 elephants, 1 on each side of a barbell. What a fucking chat. Combat stats, 10 HP. Nice. 210 HP. AC 17. You've got enough HP to actually handle having a lower armor class. Average damage on a turn, while huge action surge. while large and raging 143. If you're carrying a shield and have giant smite in a large stacks, you can have a boat basically. That's fucking hilarious. I love this so much. You know what? This build, like, its damage is not bad. 145 is not too bad, but all the same, this thing does what it wants to do. It's legal and you can carry a lot of shit. That's fucking hilarious. If I was like homebrew talk time, homebrew talk, guys. So homebrew talk. This is if I was DMing for this character, I would give them a fucking pillar as a weapon, and it would deal 3d8 damage. It's cool. Don't really know what you do with it, so I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10, but yeah, 8 out of 10 for the chat. We have another lifting build immediately after them. So I was gonna give you 1 point more than the guy above you because you did what better. However, considering their build came first, and also you listed UA, I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. What are you gonna do about it? Alright, so this paladin is a 10-foot AoE master. Alright, let's see. So Death Spore Paladin. Okay, so Cleric, Death Cleric 8, Spore Druid 6, Paladin 2. Alright, stats are garbage right now. Your attack stat is +2. At level 20, you only have a +8. You're not going to be hitting most things with a 21 AC more often than not. You're going to be missing a lot. AoE Master. Oh, we'll see, considering you can't hit most things. At second level of Paladin, it's fighting style blind fighting. 10 feet of you, they get hit with a big boy damage as a reaction. 1d10 weapon, 2d8 poison, 21 touch of death. That's from Death Cleric. 10 Great Weapon Master. So that means you're trying to hit them with a +4 to hit only. Okay. 1d8 Divine from Cleric. Okay. 2d6 Necrotic. Symbiotic Entity. 2d6 Necrotic. 1d6 Poison. Okay. That's from Druid. Okay. 1d6 Superiority. 8d8 Smite. Where are you getting 8d8? You can only smite once. You only get one hit. You can only smite once per weapon attack. No. So that's 4d8 Smite. And then 1d8 for undead smite if you're hitting an undead. So that should be, so that's on a reaction. You're going to be dealing 5.5, 4.5 times 2 plus 21 plus 10 plus 4.5 plus 7 plus, so 84 damage on a reaction. That's pretty good. However, you're probably going to miss. You have a +4 to hit. Whatever's moving in your range at level 16, whatever's moving in your range at level 16 is probably going to have a higher AC. You're probably going to miss. A 20 AC, you have less than a 75%. You have a less than a 25% chance to hit that thing. This build does not have so that's Great Weapon Master's out of the picture. So you have to use your main stat. So that's only going to be, that's not even +6. That's +7 to hit. That's a really low chance to hit. So while somebody, if they came into your range, you could hit them with a lot of damage. You've added way too many, your math is wrong on your Divine Smites. I don't know where you're getting that extra 4d8 from. Even with Great Weapon Master, Polearm Master, Martial Adept, you can't just make add 2 Divine Smites to 1 weapon attack. The max you can deal with Divine Smite is 5d8. You've not explained it. I mean, it's decent damage, but you don't have nearly high enough to hit for it to be worth using. I don't usually do this, but it's worth the while to consider this. Pack Tactics and Treant Monk will often consider the chance to hit as well on a given enemy. I don't usually use this because too much math, but we should consider your chance to hit. You're level 16. You're going to be going up against stuff with 20 AC. Your chance to hit, if you use Great Weapon Master, which you've used in all of your calculations, it seems. You have a +3 to hit. So you have to roll a 17 to hit. You have an 80% chance to miss. So let's multiply your damage by your chance to hit. So with your incorrect damage even, 0.2, that's 49 damage per round, because you're going to be missing so much. I usually don't consider the chance to hit very much, because if you've put in as much as you can, I can't really criticize you for it. But if you've left this glaring hole in your build, then I can criticize you for it, because it's something that you clearly haven't considered. For that reason, I'm giving this build a 3 out of 10. Your damage was okay, even though you did a little bit of incorrect math there, but you have not considered the fact that you're going to be missing enough. Jeez, you guys make too many crit fishing builds. There's way too much crit fishing, way too many speed builds. At least we're out of the skill monkey era. That's great. That's good to know. I use the system I was taught for role attributes, then I'm not going to read this because it's not following my fucking rules. Build name. Fuck this guy in particular. Let's do it. Dude, fuck this guy in particular. 12, Warlock, Hexblade, 4 Paladin, Vengeance, 4 Sorcerer, Divine Soul, Protector, Aasimar. So you got max Charisma, okay, so you can actually hit shit. Probably isn't very impressive, but it's personal go at the hyper damage power build, combining Warlock, Paladin, Sorcerer, and the Protector Aasimar for a race. Okay, so there's a lot you can do. Use a Pike, Protector Aasimar, Radiant Soul for damage, on one attack per round equal to your level. We take Improved Pact Weapon, Eldritch Smite and Life Drinker, Green Flame Blade, Hexblade's Curse, Hold Monster, Oath of Vengeance, Channel Divinity gives you advantage, and Divine Soul Sword gives favor by the gods, plus 2d4 to hit if you miss an attack. At sorcery levels, I'll give us more spell slots and Quicken Spell. If they have failed against Hold Monster, or you roll a 19 or 20, you can deal a total of 3d10 plus 18d8 plus 42 in one single attack, averaging at around 140 damage in that one attack. The time this is released, I think I already made a one-hit damage build, and it does more. They don't even need to fail a saving throw. Get fucked, random commenter. I posted this in June. 140 damage in one attack. So that's pretty good. Yeah, checks out. Checks out. So, a few things about this build. So obviously, relying on a save is going to be pretty unreliable. You're going to be fucking that up a lot. Because monsters have legendary resistances, so you can't really use this against a boss. Currently, you're able to do about 80 damage, more or less, without your if they succeed against Hold Monster, which most bosses will do. And 80 damage in one hit is pretty good. Doing one single hit, it decreases your variance. So there is a reason to do all of your damage in one hit. And this build does a decent job at that, but it doesn't do, it's not impressive. 80 damage in one hit without crits is like, okay. I think it's okay. I think it's solid. I think there's definitely room for improvement, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you're gonna be pretty good. You are a Vengeance Paladin, you have Sorcerer, and you're a 12th level, you're a high level Warlock. So you're gonna be okay, I think, overall. So, is it a crazy build? 6 out of 10. You know what? I think a good way to finish this off is with this build on the 9th of June. Speed. Speed out of 10. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching this over Power Build fan reviews. I'm hoping to get these more consistent eventually. I need to rethink about how I'm managing all these builds because there's just so fucking many builds. But hopefully, I'll be able to get a better system at this. I start putting these out more frequently, and maybe shorter versions of them, just because I want to get through them. I want to be able to get to all of them, or like get to most of them at least, so that I'm not reviewing builds from like 5 fucking months ago. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, get fucked, I guess. Patrons get these videos 24 hours early. So if you want to see my content early, or if you want to see more, get my power build, like their character sheets and their hero forages, please join my Patreon. $3 a month. That helps out a lot. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Get the fuck out of my house.